Hi folks, Brian Keenan with Occam Defense, and today I'm here to talk with you about our PH1 Peep sights. The machining on these is incredibly precise. These are made for us by our friends up at Seven Cedars in North Idaho. All parts are 100% made in the United States, including the screws. These are basically an AR-15 style sight with a front sight adjustment and a rear windage, plus 4 apertures ranging from very precise up to a nice big old ghost ring that'll just kind of anchor you. They are set up for our Merc handguard. They have a height over bore of roughly 2.4 inches, which is kind of halfway between a standard AK, which is at 50 millimeter, right around 2 inches, and 2.6 to 2.7 on an AR-15. So in terms of cheek weld, it's a really nice happy medium. These co-witness at around 50%, maybe a little bit below it, with the Aimpoint Micro and various lines of clones when using the ARMS ARMS number 31 low mount. We really like them. We shoot very tight groups with them. What comes in the bag when you get them retail is the front sight, rear sight, and a sight adjustment key. There is also, not shown in that package, an extra high post should you want to do something funky with your zeroing. This front sight, well, it's actually both sights. This adjusts the front sight, and this, along with a quarter or whatever, will adjust your windage. When you get these, the first thing you're going to want to do is separate the bodies here from the clamp pieces. Front, rear, and then the 3 screws that go in. You're going to want to acetone all of those, and then put a dab of blue Loctite in all 4 screw holes, just a little bit, you don't need to drown it, and then a little bit on the threads of the screws. If your hands are oily, do try to avoid recontaminating the area with oil. Loctite 242 is not oil compatible. Loctite 243, these are both blue Loctite. 243 does have the ability to work with a little bit of oil. If you do these bone dry, and then use blue Loctite, they're gonna be pretty tough to get off. So don't go and over apply and bed them down. Don't get Loctite on the pick rail, any of that. So just degrease these, and you're gonna wanna use a 3 millimeter metric Allen. Position them in place. There's 2 posts here that locate this plate. You may want to put a very small amount of oil on them or in the cup that the post goes into to keep these from seizing after a long time. People often ask, should we put our red dot here and our rear sight here, or the rear sight here and the red dot here? My answer in general has to do with your age. If you're above 35 or so, you may be starting to be having astigmatism. That's where your red dot starts to look like an hourglass. Putting the peep sight in the rear will actually do astigmatism correction and tighten that red dot up. And if you've ever seen people when they don't have their glasses look through a hole in their hand, they're doing the same thing. It's basically a pinhole camera is what they're doing, and they're using a lens. And this thing acts as a lens in the same way to help get that dot nice and round. If you are under 35, no astigmatism, you may wish to do this orientation. This reduces your sight radius and thus your accuracy very slightly. We find that it's unimportant. And the additional benefit of having the glass closer to your eye means that you have a proportionally bigger sight picture when you're shooting. So your mileage may vary. We recommend trying both. Firm fingertip pressure on that 3 millimeter Allen is all you're going to need to reef these down. One last tip in terms of installation. When you put the screw through the slot in the Picatinny rail, you want to bias the screws one direction, and I can never remember which direction that is, so I just think about the way the gun goes. The gun goes back underneath the sights, and they want to go forward. So we're going to help them on their way, and we're going to shove this thing all the way that way against the screws when we're going to tighten them up. That ensures that this thing will start accurate and stay accurate and not move on you over time with shots. The sights are on our website, occamdefense.com. The part number is PH1 or Pipe Hitter 1. We like fun nerd names. And you can also get them as an add-on to your 1775 rifle or pistol. Just add them at checkout or put them in the comments that you'd like your sights as an add-on. and we will zero your rifle for free at final test. And so you're going out of the box, you might need to make an inch correction one way or the other because everybody's cheek weld and how they view the square post in the round hole where 50% is everybody's a little different. So you may need to tweak it slightly, but you'll be on paper for sure. One way of us saying thanks for buying one of our rifles and sights. Thank you very much for your interest. Please find us on occamdefense.com, Instagram, Occam Defense Solutions, or if you've got a question, give us an email at admin@occamdefense.com or give us a call at the shop. Thank you very much for your attention. This is Brian Keeney with Occam Defense.